Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you just a few of my favorite features that you can find on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold7 with Samsung One UI 8. Now, in today's video, I'll share with you 5 of them, but I do have one bonus that I wanted to throw in there. But let's start this video off with number 1, and that is inside of the camera. When you head over into video, one of the coolest things that you can do, especially if you need help with framing up a shot and it's only you and your phone. One of the things you can do is when you head over into video, on the left-hand side or wherever you see those 4 little dots, once you expand that, scroll up, and then this is where you see auto frame. So it's going to auto frame you in, so it's going to go to that 0.6x, not the 1x, and it's a way that it's able to follow you within the frame. So an example of what this looks like, if we open up the gallery, right over here I did a screenshot or a screen recording of exactly this. So I went right over here and I went into that auto framing on. It's going to find that person, especially if you tap on them, it'll have that tracking on. Now, when I did my demo, when I went in front of this camera here, I didn't tap on myself. I just went to the auto framing on and that was it. This one's going to follow a little bit better, especially if you have somebody who can just kind of tap it and get it going. But what it looks like when you're doing it by yourself, so I just went into the camera, I turned on auto framing, and I didn't tap anything. You can see that that little box wasn't there, but it's doing a good job. It noticed me as a full entire body. Then as I moved around the kitchen here, it's able to follow. It's able to zoom in, zoom out, go left, and go right. For feature number 2, we will stay inside the camera, but this time head over into the main display camera, which is right there. Now, if you remember, this one is a 10 megapixel regular camera sensor. It is not the under display sensor, which is in the past devices, but what this allows is it gives you a real camera. It gives you every single shooting mode that you're looking for photo, video, portrait, pro video. You have more, you have everything right there that you're able to do with this main display camera. Now on the past Fold devices, and you can see how much smaller this Fold is versus the 7. So this is the Fold 6, this is the Fold 7. When you go inside of the camera here, you can see with the main display camera on the back end, you have all the shooting modes. But when you head right over here into your front camera right there, that one that is that under display camera, it's only 4 megapixel, and you can only shoot video and you can only shoot photo. That is it. Nothing else is there. When it comes to this over here, you have all of these settings on the very bottom of all the different shooting modes. And then when you take a look at the top, you have your HDR and log. You could change your full HD. You can change all of this stuff right up over here. You have Ultra HD, you have Full HD, whatever you want to shoot it as, you have this. So again, there's your portrait, the photo, the video, the pro video. Here's your more. You have everything that you would normally be able to do with those rear cameras on the back because they are real camera sensors. There is no display overlaying it, which is making it to where it's less quality. So because it is the full sensor, there's no display on top of it. You have 10 megapixel, and you also have all of the shooting modes that you're able to do with this main display camera here versus 4 megapixel with only photo and video, and that is it. For feature number 3, I have a setup right over here of just 2 applications that's running. So we have Amazon and we also have Google Maps. So over here on Google Maps, I'm looking at a location. So maybe you're traveling and you're trying to figure out, what all is around there, and you can get some more details. If you're running a couple applications at the exact same time, you can ask Gemini questions based on what you're looking at. So if you're looking at, let's say Amazon over here, and let's say you're looking at Google Maps, you press and hold. You can go right over here. You can say, ask about my screen. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to delete this. And I'm going to state, what am I viewing on the left-hand side?
You are viewing a deals and shopping app on the left-hand side of your screen. It appears to be a personalized feed showing various discounts and products.
Now, since we already asked it a question on just the left-hand side of the screen, now I'm just going to ask it a more specific question of what am I looking at on the map? What am I viewing here on Google Maps?
You are viewing the Google Maps app on the right-hand side of your screen. Here's a breakdown of the places visible on the map. Olive Garden Italian restaurant.
So I think it's pretty fun that, especially with a larger screen where you have multiple applications running at the same time, you can ask it questions on the left side or the right side or the top or the bottom, or I'm looking at maps, what am I looking at? Or, what are some cool places to take a look at, whatever I'm looking at with the map. You can maybe even look at a picture inside of your gallery. You can say, hey, how should I edit this photo here? So it's going to give you a lot of really good details when it comes down to using your larger display here. For feature number 4, this one's called the 90-10 rule, or just the 90-10 feature. And what you can do is, if you need more space to read or jot some stuff down, wherever you need to do some actions, if you needed the screen to be larger than having it split and having it 50-50, then you can do 90-10. Meaning, let's say that you're taking a look at an email and maybe you need to jot in some dates. So I'm going to bring my calendar right on over here. So what you can do is you can bring this down. So that little 3 dots in the middle, you can bring it up, you can bring it down. But what you're looking for is when it turns gray. Once it turns gray, just like this, you can now flip-flop between the two, having a larger display, making it easier to go through whatever you are doing. Now, you can do this with the other way too, so if you want to go left and right. So let's say that we bring this over here, I wait for it to turn gray. Now I'm able to read the email, see what's going on. I can go over here, jot in whatever I need to do. Maybe I need the larger screen of whatever I'm doing. Come right back over here, read the rest of it. So this is where you're able to do your 90-10. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, it's just 2 applications that you're able to go back and forth rather than sharing the screen, because maybe you need the larger experience. Feature number 5, this is one that's called multi-window always show. So what happens is that when you open up an application, it doesn't matter what application it is, you're going to see that little bar on the very top. So what that does is it allows you to have tools right at your hand right then. So anytime you open up an application, this is where you can go into a multi-app situation, so you can have 2 things going at the exact same time. Also, anytime that you ever want to just change something up, you just tap it, and then this is where you can go through and then you can just open anything up. So if you want to have this being a little bit easier, a lot more tools, at your hand that you can use, this is how you're able to turn it on. You just want to go right inside of your settings on the top right hand side. Then you're going to scroll down and you'll take a look for the advanced features. Now inside of advanced features, this is where you want to head right over into a multi-window, and then you have this option right there. So you can see that line disappear when I turn this off. So this is the show multi-window menu with one window, meaning this is the one window. So you have all the multi-window functionalities here on one application. So this way you can open up other applications. Now don't forget, when you are running multi-windows, especially when you have this tool right here where it makes it just super simple to do, and let's say that we open up another one, let's do the calculator. So you can put this, on the top or on the bottom. Also, if you tap on this one, what you can do is you can change the application. So if you want it to be something else down over there, or if you tap on this, maybe you just want it to be like a pop out. So then now you have this one, running there, and then you also have these 2 going. So again, there is a lot of tools at your disposal when it comes down to multi-window. And then to finish out this video with a bonus feature, when you are heading over and you're taking a look at your gallery and you're watching this video and you have the audio going on, if there's a lot of background noise, you can tap on this icon right there and it'll instantly get rid of a lot of the background sound that you are hearing. So you'll be able to get a test of what a video could look like if you wanted to get rid of some of that audio. If you ever want to physically, literally get rid of it, you go into this editing button right there, and this is where you go right over to this little audio volume icon, and then you go to the audio eraser. And then this is where it'll actually do it to the full extent, where when you actually hit on save, you will be getting all of that noise gone. So there is a lot of noise that's happening. You can even make it louder, or you can just bring this one all the way down to 0, and then there's absolutely no sound that you'll be able to hear. This is completely silent. But if there's a bunch of other noises out there, like noise, wind, voices, music, all of that, it's going to separate all of them into their own categories. So this way, maybe you can bring down the noise, bring down the wind, but keep up the voices. But hopefully you guys have appreciated this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Subscribe on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.